Hi friends, it's Jacob and Stella, and here this is another episode of Online Boss where we're gonna talk to you everything to do with being your own boss online. I'm so excited to let you know that our special guest today, she's from Singapore. She used the same system and create a digital business for themselves, and she's very successful. And our guest is Adeleen.
Hi.
Hi, thank you for joining us today. And how are you today?
I'm good. The kids are off to school, so it's quiet.
It's quiet, that's good.
Yeah. Everything is good. It's just that right now in Singapore we are having another alert going on. So you know, and yeah, kind of going through that phase. Actually, all was good, and things are starting to change again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Here too. So, but because you have a business online, it probably doesn't affect you as much, right?
Yeah, it actually doesn't. Actually, last year this time we are actually on a 4 months lockdown.
Ooh.
But during that time we didn't really got much affected because of the online business. And then that is where my husband left his job as well. So during that time, because he's in events, so we were kind of on a lockdown, so he was being unpaid during that point of time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I hope everything's okay.
Yeah. Actually, they became after that. They became my driving force in the business.
Oh, nice.
So that is where the abundance start coming in and the results start flowing in as well during this time. So it was actually a peak period in the business during that time as well.
Mine too. For some reason, last year was actually my one of the years I do the best financially in a long time. For some reason, don't want to slam that to some people, but I know that some people are going through a hard time. But I'm just really grateful that we all have business online. So even though some of us got laid off from the job, but who cares? we have a plan B.
Yeah. So it's actually really for us, it's really blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we are very grateful and humble of what was going on as well.
Yeah, Stella, why don't you ask a question? Sorry.
Yeah, it's very interesting because last year I still was an employee and I was on that group who get laid off. But now I'm here. I'm so grateful. So speaking about going into an online business, I'm just curious what drives you to doing this business online? Is it on your mind?
No, I actually didn't really thought about online at all. I was just purely looking for opportunity because when I was working, I wasn't working doesn't work for me anymore because I tried full time and part time, and it just didn't work out the way that I wanted anymore because having kids and whatever that I'm paying for, I'm actually paying people to look after my kids. So it really didn't make sense. And most of the expenses goes to, paying the school fees and the bills, and we're actually left with nothing as well. So that is where I decided to quit and really start evaluating where I want to go from there. When the opportunity came to me was when I actually met a friend. Actually, I bumped my friend coincidentally, and then we speak for like 5-10 minutes, and then she was kind of sharing this online opportunity, whether I was open to it, and that's pretty much how I came into this business or get a knowledge of what online business is about.
Wow.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us were looking for a business when we came across this opportunity. Obviously, I don't really know too many people that were actively looking for a business online, but it just came to us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you have this type of experience before?
Anything online? Not really, because I'm actually quite skeptical online. Like, like when I grow up, I was told like, like anything that you are unsure, anything you don't know, then don't check it out. If it's too good to be true, don't check it out as well. But because of my girlfriend, because I've already know her and all that, it's based on trust, right? So
Yeah.
I feel more certain about it. So since it's just a free workshop, I don't see what is there to lose for me, because I was at the crossroad in my life of like, what am I gonna do? I'm already 30 plus, and I'm clueless where I was heading to. So I was just simply open to any possibility. And before, I was actually a full-time mom on and off for 10 years, just figuring myself out, and because also putting my children as my top priority. Then but again, I start losing myself and the direction that I was heading in life.
Yeah, I can see that. Sometimes I feel like even working for a business, a job for too long, you kind of lose yourself too, don't you think?
Yeah, definitely. And because it's just things that you don't like. So you just keep going through the cycle, waking up, being unhappy, going to work, come back and finish work, and you go through the cycle over and over again on repeat mode. After a few years later, you're still doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. Still, I can relate to that for sure.
And then I believe the working hours in Singapore also very very long, right? And then it's the competitive. It's very competitive around there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So for me, I was limited to work for office hours, because that was kind of the best option I have for me and my kids. I work 5 days a week, and then I got Saturday and Sunday to be with them. 8 hours a day. But after I finish work, is just crazy madness. Like if I'm still single, I can go out and meet my friends and da da da. But my right after I finish work, that's how my day started all over again. Like rushing to pick my kids up and having to choose who to pick up. There's one point of time I have to choose which kid to pick up, because I was that late and it's raining heavily. Like that's when that's when I start questioning about life, about like, is this the life that I want? Having to decide which kid that I want to pick up. Why can't I have more time to be with them and so on? And I think that is where things started to shift. I remember I used to be very victim about my life, about like complaining about like, why isn't things working? Why do I have to do this? Or why is life like that? And blah, blah, blah. But then I realized that, the power is within me, and only I can change the life that I wanted. So that is how I actually changed it.
Yeah.
So I just want to know when we were working in one place that we don't like, and then we stop growing, we will feel lost, right? And then I can see that now you are very enjoying your life and then growing your business. Is there any particular growth in your life that you can share with us since you doing this online
Oh my
business?
gosh, there's so many growth that I have learned. One part of the business for us is, doing a lot of self-reflection, and posting on our business page so that people get to know us. And I think it's through many, many baby steps and many, many posting that I do, I start learning a lot about myself. And I couldn't be more grateful on that, because, like when I started out, I remember that, they asked me for a photo to post it. And the last photo I had for myself was 8 years ago. And while I was going through a single photo and finding myself, I was like, oh my gosh, that's the 8 years that you have lost. Like, who are you during this 8 years of time? So there was a lot of self-facilitating and reflection going on that I was doing a lot of inner work with. And plus the posting and everything, I start tuning in a lot on myself, who I am. So if I'm not a mom, who I am as a person. And and it's where I start growing and start finding myself who I am, from taking baby steps to taking pictures, just very basic. People think of that. I never liked to, because every time I see other people taking stuff, I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't you take everything? But then I look at myself, I was like, oh my God, then why didn't you have anything? So it's constantly asking myself, am I happy where I am at? If I don't have photo, then what's next? So what are you going to do from now on? And, you know, if you don't have anything to post, then why ain't you have anything to post? You know, is that the kind of life that you want? And if you don't like where I am at, then, you know, I've got to do things differently and live the life that I wanted. So that is how I actually, found myself again through this business. And also a lot of friendship that I made. You guys are a few of them. And, you know, and people around just genuinely love and care about you as a person.
That's so that's amazing. That's amazing.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
When you say like you found like in the past 8 years, also you don't have any picture to post, I can relate it to that. I don't know why I didn't take any picture in the past. Maybe you just didn't know that you needed to, but now I kind of regret it. Now I don't have picture to look at, the memories to memorize now.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Remember, I believe in our training side, there's a video at the beginning. It says, through this journey, you're gonna find what you are good at, and you're also gonna find out what you're not good at. So that's exactly what happened to me in this journey. Has that happened to you too?
Yeah, absolutely. Because during my time, it was always focusing about the children and all that. But having to write all these posts in my business page, it was much bigger than life to me. It was also to share my journey, and it's like a diary. But it's also a diary for me to pass down when I'm no longer around, to my kids. So it was an additional push factor for me to do this business the way I wanted, because honestly, I don't think my kids know who I am. Because like a mother is always a mother, right? But they don't know my, like, in terms of my value, in terms of my life journey and all that, they are not entirely sure. So I have actually recorded down all in my posts, so that if one day I were to leave, they could, it could be their journey and their life that they actually get to take a look at as well. So it's not just about the business. And I think the most powerful thing for me is also because this business allows us to pass down the legacy to my children. It makes a lot more meaningful than just earning money and making money and, and getting rich. That's never where I'm coming from. I'm a very simple person. All I wanted was just to provide and feed my family. And, we get to choose what we want to eat and travel when we want to, and we don't have to worry about money. I don't expect to like drive a Ferrari car or like
Maybe you will.
Maybe I will. I'll never know.
But you know what? I think it's good to start picking out your favorite luxury car now, right? Maybe I'm pretty sure you're gonna be getting it one day.
Or maybe I'll just get a plane.
Right. Your own private plane.
That's even better. So we're coming up about time, so I'm gonna let Stella to ask the last most valuable question.
Yes. So if anyone hearing this wanted to start an online business, but they're still not sure, like still thinking a lot, do you have any advice that that we can share with them?
I don't. Like, just ask yourself questions like, are you happy where you are at? If you don't like where you're at, then what are you gonna do about it? And honestly, we only live once. And if you're not gonna do it now, then the question is when. Because we don't have so much tomorrow, and another 10 years, and this business has changed me and my family life. Like for now, my husband has not worked for a year. So the possibility of this business, it's really endless. And live your day like there is no tomorrow and go 100% and see what happens. But if I don't, to me, my biggest fear is living in regrets. Like the day that I live on my death date, will I be living a life of fulfillment and wow, I've achieved this and that, or will I be living in a life of fear, of like regrets, and like I didn't do this and why didn't I do that, why didn't I try this or why didn't I do that? So why not just do it all and see whether it's for you or not? That's the only way to tell, isn't it? Instead of thinking like, oh yeah, is this, like, oh, how would it feel, and blah blah blah. I don't like that kind of waiting feeling, and like, oh yeah, what if I don't like? So I will figure it out and try it out and see whether it's for me as well.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so
Thank you.
happy for you, for your success in your business, and I wish you
Thank
the
you.
best in your future and your family.
You too. You and Stella too.
Thank you so much
you,
for
Adeleen.
joining us and talking to us today. And everybody, this is Adeleen or Adeleen.
Adeleen.
Sorry.
It's all right.
And if anybody has if anybody have any question, you can drop the question in the comments. We will answer them for you. And everybody have a good what is it? Thursday. So Thursday in Singapore and Wednesday in Vancouver. And I will see you guys next week. And thank you so much for tuning in today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adeleen.
Thank you.